Hey guys, I am Vikash for Skyline Motions and welcome to this After Effects tutorial. In this tutorial, let's learn how to create this cinematic title animation which is actually inspired by an upcoming movie, Saaho. So I am going to create this inside of After Effects without using any third-party plugins. So let's take a new project and get started. Alright, so let's take a new composition. So click on this new composition and I'm going to call it main comp. And set the size of this composition 1920 by 1080, frame rate 30, duration make it 5 seconds long, hit OK. And now let's type a text over here. So select this text tool and go to paragraph. If you can't see this paragraph, then go to window and check this option paragraph and click on this option center text and go to character and select this font style Saaho font that I found on internet, and I will provide a link in the description for this font, so you can download this font from that link, or you can also use any different font style instead of this Saaho font. So I have a font style Batman Forever. So this is our Batman Forever font style, which is pretty much similar to that Saaho font style. So I will also provide a link in the description for this font style. And now select this Saaho font and set the size 175 pixel and let's type here. So click on this and I'm going to type Saaho and set this text in center. So just select this Saaho and go to alignment. If you can't see this alignment, then go to window again and check this alignment. All right, and click on this button align horizontally and click on this button align vertically. Basically set this text in center and select this move tool and let's import a metallic texture for this text. So right click on this project window, go to import file and select this texture file that I have downloaded from pixabay.com and link provided in the description. So go to the link and download this texture file and click on import and let's rename it to texture. Hit enter and drag this texture inside of this main composition and hit S on the keyboard to open this scale property and set this scale value maybe 50%. Hit enter. Now let's change this track matte. If you can't see this track matte option, then click on this toggle switches and now change this track matte to alpha matte and now we get this type of effect here and close this texture. All right, now let's create a fake extrusion for this text. So select this text and hit Ctrl D to duplicate and turn on the visibility of this text and drag this text below this texture layer. And now hold shift on the keyboard and hit left arrow key and create a nice extrusion. But as you can see, there is a problem over here. So let's fix this. So hit Ctrl Z to go back and select this text and hit 2 or 3 times left arrow key and set this like that. And now I'm going to create multiple copy of this text layer. So hit Ctrl D to duplicate, drag this down and hit left arrow key and create a nice extrusion like that. Let's create one more copy, hit Ctrl D to duplicate, drag this down, hit left arrow key and set it like that. Now create one more copy, drag this down, hit left arrow key and create a nice extrusion like that. So I'm going to create 2 more copy of this. So just hit Ctrl D, drag this down and hit left arrow key and set it like that. And let's create one last copy. So just hit Ctrl D to duplicate, drag this down and set it like that. So as you can see, we have a nice fake extrusion effect. So now select all these layer and right click on this, click on pre-compose and let's call it depth and check this option move all attributes, hit OK. And now let's apply gradient ramp on it. So just select this, go to effect, go to generate and click on this gradient ramp and click on this fit button. And now let's create a nice gradient. So select this gradient point and set it over here like that and set this gradient point like that. All right, hit control and scroll up to zoom in and set this gradient point maybe like that. And now select this int color, maybe nice gray color, hit OK. So as you can see, we have a fake 3D text over here. And now I'm going to create shadow for each character, which is depending on your text. So in this case, I have 5 character. So I'm going to create 5 shadow mask for each character. So let's take a new solid layer. So go to layer, new, and take a new solid, and I'm going to call it shadow. And select this pure black color, hit OK. And let's hide this layer and create a mask for each character. So select this rectangle tool and create a nice rectangular mask for each character. All right, now let's turn on the visibility and hit M to close this. Sorry, hit M again, and now hit M 2 times on the keyboard and select all mask like that. And let's set this mask feather. So set this mask feather maybe 50%, hit enter. So as you can see, we get this type of effect here. Now let's hide this outline and close this and hit T on the keyboard to bring out this opacity and set this opacity maybe 80%, hit enter. So as you can see, we get this type of effect here. And close this shadow and let's increase the size of this. All right, and now let's create bevel edges. So just select this text layer, hit Ctrl D to duplicate, and turn on the visibility and drag this text over this shadow layer and go to effect and preset and search for bevel alpha. So this is a bevel alpha effect. Let's apply this on Saaho text like that and go to character and let's change the color of this text. So change this to black color, hit OK. So as you can see, we have a bevel kind of effect like that. So set this edge thickness maybe 3, hit enter, and set this light intensity maybe 0.5, hit enter. Now let's change the angle of this bevel. So just set this light angle maybe 60°, hit enter. All right, now let's change this blending mode to a screen mode. And as you can see, we have a nice bevel. And now I'm going to create a duplicate of this text layer. So hit Ctrl D to duplicate and right click on that and click on recompose. And let's call it light. Check this move all attributes, hit OK. And double click on this light layer and select this text and set this edge thickness maybe 4, hit enter, and set this light intensity 1, hit enter. All right, so it's looking something like that. Now go to your main composition and let's change this blending mode to a screen. All right, and now we have to create a mask. So select this paint tool and create a mask like that. All right, and go to very beginning of this animation and hit M on the keyboard to open this mask path and click on this stopwatch button and go to the end of this animation and select this move tool and select these control points and drag it over here maybe like that and set it like that. All right, so as you can see, it's looking something like that. All right, now let's hide this outline. So click on this button and as you can see, we have a light effect like that. So hit M again and hit 2 times M on the keyboard to open this mask property and set this mask feather maybe 20% and hit enter. So as you can see, it's looking much more better. All right, now let's close this And let's apply one more effect. So just select this and go to effect and preset and search for glow effect. So drag this glow effect on this light. All right. So now it's looking much more better. And let's click on this fit button. All right. And let's play this and set this to auto resolution. So as you can see, light passing effect is very fast. So select this light and right click on that and go to time and click on this time stretch and set this to 200%. Hit enter and now let's drag this layer like that. All right, and now let's play this. So as you can see, it's looking much more better. All right, now let's create a adjustment layer. So go to layer, new, and take a new adjustment layer, and I'm going to call it adjustment. Hit enter and let's apply curves effect on it. So go to effect and preset and search for curves and select this curves effect and apply this on adjustment layer. And let's set this RGB curves like that. All right, and change this to red and down this red saturation like that, and change this to blue and let's set this blue channel like that. All right, so it's looking nice. And now we have to create a camera. So go to layer, new, and take a new camera, and I'm going to call it cam. Set this preset 35 mm, hit OK. And let's turn all these layer into 3D. So click on this toggle switch edge and turn on the 3D button for each layer and select this camera and hit P on the keyboard to bring out these position properties and go to the end of this animation and set this value maybe negative 2000, hit enter and click on this stopwatch button to create a keyframe on position property and go to very beginning of this animation and set this Z position maybe negative 2400 and hit enter. And now let's play this. So as you can see, we have a nice scale animation on it. All right, now close this camera. And now, if you want to change this text, you have to change in each text layer, but we don't have to do this because I'm going to parent each text layer with this main text layer. So open this main text layer, open this text, and as you can see, here is our source text. So open this text layer, open this text, and let's increase the size of this, and let's parent this source text with this main layer source text. All right, so pick this pick whip and let's attach this with source text, something like this. All right, and now do the same thing for this text layer. So let's open this composition in different windows. So just drag this and drag it like that and open this text layer, open this text and go to your main composition, and here is our source text. So let's pick this pick whip and let's attach this with main layer source text, something like this. Now it's done, so close this and now double click on this depth composition and open it up and do the same thing for all these text layers. So let's open this in different window by dragging like that and increase the size of this and increase this size. And as you can see, here is our main layer source text. So do the same thing for each layer. So open this text, open and pick this pick whip and attach this with main layer source text and repeat same thing for this layer. So I'm going to do this in fast forward. So Alright, it's done, and let's close this. Alright, and close this main layer source text. Now let's change this main text. So just select this text tool, and let's type anything, whatever you want to type. So as you can see, it's working perfectly. Alright, so hit Ctrl Z to go back, and now it's done. So let's have a look. So set this to fit, change this resolution to full, and go to full screen, and let's play this and have a look. Alright, so that's all for this tutorial guys. I hope you like it. If you like it, then hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get notified when I will upload my new video, and I will see you in next tutorial. Till then, bye bye.